Hey everyone, it's Kathy. It's funny I say hey everyone as if there's anybody out there. I think I have 4 subscribers. Anyway, anybody who eventually may listen to this. This is for Donna Shorts 1. I hated that it wasn't long after I started watching YouTube that she left. And I sent her a few messages and she wrote me back, and it got me thinking. In fact, it's really because of her that I started making videos, because I thought, wow, I feel like I know her so much and I wanted to talk with her as a friend, but she didn't know me from Adam. I was just a name on a page, So I thought it's really kind of one-sided and unfair if you were just taking from YouTube and not giving anything back. So I thought, it's only fair for me to put some things up and share, and then maybe other people would feel like they knew me the way that I felt like I knew Donna. Anyway, she had a lot of haters, a lot of people that gave her a hard time about something that I think is widely misunderstood and unfairly critiqued by people who really, I'm sorry, but have no business critiquing. If you are under the age of 40, you really have no business commenting on people who are doing things in an effort to deal with aging, because you really can't have a fair opinion until you're actually facing those things that those of us who are over 40 are facing. So that's what I want to talk about right now. I am facing 50. This next birthday I'll be 50, and it's in June. Well, I don't know about other near 50 or 50 plus year olds out there. For me, it's more the sagging and the hyperpigmentation, and I'm going to show you some of that on my face in a minute. But if I had the 11s, like that a lot of people have, let me tell you, Botox is absolutely perfectly fine to do. If you are anti-Botox, fine. Don't use it. Go have your 11s. I don't care. But really, it's a drug that's been around for a long time, used for other things. There's nothing unsafe about it. Of course, the name scares everybody, botulinum. But all it's doing is it's relaxing the muscles there that pull so you can't make that squinch. I'm not huge on Botox all over the place and overdoing it with all that. However, for my clients, one of the few times that I actually recommend that they go Botox is when they have the really strong 11. And sometimes I'll have a 22-year-old who already has a really strong line right there. And if you can catch it early and put the Botox in, then it won't create that deep crease that will eventually be there even when you're relaxed, when you're not making a face or squinting or raising your brows or whatever. So it's definitely worth it. If I were 22 years old and I had the 11s going, I would do it, because it's going to keep you from having those deep furrows in later years. And if you go to somebody who really knows what they're doing and has a lot of experience, it's not a big deal. It's quick and easy. It doesn't take a lot of Botox, and you won't have that. The other thing it's really helpful for is forehead wrinkles. Now, I have some forehead wrinkles, but you know what? They don't bother me, so I don't even waste my time with what's up there. Some people, though, have really deep ones, and it really bothers them. By all means, go do it. You'll be so happy you did, okay? Now, this is the part of my face. I'm going to get up close, you can see. This is what I hate most about aging. And I'm Italian, and for me, I've always had, the dark circles under my eyes. And see, even when I was young, when I did that, I have big, deep. But now, as I'm aging, you see, not only do I have the crow's feet out there, but I have this stuff in here. And I hate it. Now, that's something that they can use Botox for. And I will tell you, when I was working at a Medi-Spa a few years ago, we had a doctor there, and we could get everything done free or next to free, laser treatments, everything. I never... I should have. Now when I look back, I think, why didn't I take advantage of that? The only thing I ever had done free was I let the doctor put some Botox in here and here for me, because I was curious if it would help. And the problem with the eyes is, if you put Botox under here, under the eyes, they can only put up to, he told me, up to 5 units in each eye, because after that you can get this, and that's not pretty. So he put like 3 units in each eye. And I will say that when I smiled, I didn't get these crinklies. It does wear off. This is over 2 years ago, so it's not there now. But it was definitely better. It did get rid of all of that I hate so much. But I have to say, it wasn't completely gone. It just softened it. And for me, that was only the beginning of it. It didn't do anything about this in here because Botox can't. So I haven't redone it. And now that I don't work there and I have to pay for it, it's not worth it to me because it wasn't a big enough improvement. I think you can do a lot to soften fine lines. So that was up here. Botox I think is great if you have the 11s and the wrinkles here. Used under the eye, they use a few units. Maybe if you just have a little bit of crow's feet out here. Okay, anyway, so now we're going to get to fillers. The upper lip, and as you can see, I don't even have an upper lip. I never have, and now that I'm aging, what little lip I had is just getting thinner and thinner. The reason that so many people go and get the big top lip injection, it's not so much that they want to plump out their lip, which I would love to do. I've never done it, only because I don't have anything to work with in the first place. But we get these fine lines in our upper lip as we get older. Another thing they never told us about. And if you were a smoker when you were younger, as you get them even worse. Even if you didn't smoke, you're going to get those lines. Sorry. And really, the only way to get rid of them is filler. And what they'll do is they inject right up here and it stretches out and it gets rid of the lines. So a lot of the women you see walking around who obviously have done some major injections in their lips, a lot of them, it's not because they want the top lip to be bigger, it's just because they want to get rid of those awful lines. And then you get people like Donna, who everybody gave a hard time to because she brought them with her to the doctor appointment to get her injections. I thought that was so awesome. I didn't get to see that video. I would have loved to have seen it to see if that doctor did it like the one that I worked for. I think it's great that she brought you along. And if you don't agree, then don't get it done. You know, change channels. Don't watch. But until you're faced with aging, you know, and you have every right to age however you choose. If you think that aging is not a big deal and you can age gracefully without it, fine. I'm most of the time too low maintenance and too lazy. It's not that I don't care about all this. I just don't get around to do anything about it. And if I knew for certain that I could get my lips injected and that I would love it, I'd do it yesterday. But because my lips have always been so thin, I'm afraid that if I were to do anything up there, anything noticeable, I'm afraid would look funny on me. But now somebody like Donna, who had nice full lips when she was younger, if she wanted to bring that back a little bit, I think that's absolutely fine. Do it, Donna. You go for it. I'm envious. I wish I had the lips to restore. And another thing that Juvederm can do is, if you can see, I've got jowls now. Some people have the marionette, which I have a little bit, but I'm more concerned about the jowls. So, yeah, when I was younger, I had an oval-shaped face. You get older, and guess what? My face isn't even oval anymore. It's almost square because this is all fallen. So what they do for that, and this is something I've considered, I just haven't gotten around to it, but let me tell you, I will. I will when I have time and whatever. I'm not embarrassed to tell you. I'm not afraid to do it. But they inject Juvederm up here, and it lifts. Okay? So when you see a lot of older women walking around and they have nice full cheekbones, they might not be doing it just for the cheekbone. It may be that they're like me and they want to get rid of the jowl, because jowls are not fun. So that's it. I just wanted to give my 2 cents about fillers and Botox and the things that we do. For those of you who are still young, those of you out there who are under 40, please don't say things now that you might regret years from now. Because let me tell you, it's just like before I had kids. There's a lot of things you swear you'll never do when you have kids, and your kids will never do this and they'll never do that and blah, blah, blah. You never know until you're there. And when it comes to aging, when it hits you, when you look in the mirror one day and you feel like, who is that looking back at me? And I mean, it shocks me doing these YouTube videos, because I look at the video and I just, you know, because you think of yourself as the person you were in your 20s, or I don't know, for some people maybe 30. You don't realize what you look like now. And it's not as easy as you might imagine to deal with. So if there are things out there that can make people feel better about themselves, let them have it. Let them do it. And if you think it looks funny, then don't do it. But I think that we have to have a little more understanding for people. And just don't judge until you're there. You'll have a great day. Thanks.